This evening in Tel Aviv, the families of Israeli hostages were gathered to pressure the government not to forget their loved ones amid the fury to attack Hamas. Eli's daughter, Liri, is a soldier kidnapped from a watchtower at Kibbutz Nahaloz. All of the guards were women. Hamas killed 12 of them and kidnapped 6 or 7. That's Liri in the glasses.
Now I have received a message that the army released one girl from Nahal Oz. I hope that is my daughter. I hope. Hello.
Eli checks to see if maybe the rescued soldier is Liri. Not tonight.
No, it's not my daughter, but she was with Liri together.
So, how does that make you feel?
Make me happy. Even it's not my daughter, but it makes me happy.
The rescued hostage is Liri's friend, Private Ori Megidish, captured from the watchtower and freed by Israeli troops carrying out the ground offensive in Gaza last night. Israel says she's doing well medically and has met with her family. But Hamas has plenty more hostages in Gaza. Israel tonight raising their estimate to 239, including 33 children. And Hamas is taunting Israel with them, releasing a video today of 3 Israeli captives speaking under duress. The woman on the right is Lena Trupanov. We met Neta, a friend of the Trupanov family. She's speaking for them because everyone in the family was killed or kidnapped by Hamas.
How do you watch this war and watch all those explosions and not think they might be underground under one of those bombs?
We think about it. And we saw that Lena is alive now. And this is the reason why we want her back now.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu under fire for not taking responsibility for being unprepared for Hamas's surprise attack, says there will be no ceasefire, that Israel must retaliate for the 1,400 Israelis killed.
Just as the United States would not agree to a ceasefire after the bombing of Pearl Harbor or after the terrorist attack of 9/11, Israel will not agree to a cessation of hostilities with Hamas after the horrific attacks of October 7th. This is a time for war.
In Gaza, more than 2 million civilians are suffering because of a war they didn't start, can't escape, and which is escalating by the day. According to the health ministry run by Hamas, more than 8,000 Palestinians have been killed so far. Hospitals have become refugee centers for the newly homeless. They destroyed our house on top of us, this man screams. Israel says there's a safe haven in the south, but it's bombing in southern Gaza too. And the roads to get there aren't safe. Today, an Israeli tank fired on a car traveling on the main highway. Witnesses tell us there were children inside. The Israeli military wouldn't comment about the incident. This war is only 3 weeks old, and it's hard to see much but suffering ahead.
And Richard, there are also new concerns about this war escalating, with a defense official telling NBC News there's been another rocket attack on U.S. forces. Where and under what circumstances?
So it was another rocket attack, this time in Iraq. There were no American casualties, but it comes just a few days after U.S. troops retaliated against similar Iranian-backed militias in the region. So it seems they are not backing down. Lester?
Richard Engel tonight. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.